when we last left off, which was session 5, you guys had not had the best of times uh, at the monastery. There was all sorts of weird creatures there, and one of your party happened to wander in a room full of shadows and nearly died. Talking to you, Sarah.
At least it was not me this time.
Yes. uh, Eventually, you decided that this is not the best place for Irina, and that you shouldn't leave her there in Kresk either because of that weird pool and something that happened there. You did, however, thankfully, had a reason for going to the monastery, because that's where you found the symbol of Ravenkind. One of the 3 items you were meant that was essentially, well, that's basically the back when you got your fortunes told, you were said to look for various items, and one of them was one described as being in that room in the monastery. So the symbol of Ravenkind is said item. Eventually, you made it to the Wizard of Wine's winery, and somehow you were surrounded by a group of people who chatted to you and discovered that some bad things are going down in the winery, apparently. And that is about where we left off.
I thought we followed some birds here.
And you did talk to the people. I seem to recall that.
No, we talked to people, but we found them by
that's right,
following birds.
You found them by following the birds, yeah.
Right, there was one shady guy walking around, and Sarah was like, let's go talk to him. I was like, nothing's gonna happen. More people aren't gonna come out, and then we were like swarmed by people. Right. And then I think, oh, sorry, go ahead.
And at this point, as you guys are distracted by all of this and deciding what to do exactly, a kind of oldish looking lady comes wandering out of the woods.
Oh, hang on, that's me. Like, dear, did I have this map wrong again? Was it upside down? She kind of fiddles with a piece of paper in her hand, looking at it, squinting.
And you see these 6 people. Layla, basically, you can see their tokens on here. I believe that's about how you guys look. If you guys would like to describe yourselves even better, that would be nice. Plus, this lady down here. I have a handout for her. That would be her.
All right.
And they're currently nearby to another group of people. I believe I have a picture of them. Give me 1 second. Okay, where are the? I hate losing track of the handouts. Sorry.
Oh, you gave us Davian Martikov, I think, was one of them.
Ah, yes.
Davian, yeah, there he is.
Found him. This guy and a few other cloaked individuals nearby.
Sarah, the only human among these people, kind of speaks of it. Is anybody else going to come out of the forest? Is anybody out going to come out and just like, just spook us some more? I just want to get that out of the way.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Hello,
You see yourself
ma'am?
being addressed by a water genasi.
Yeah, he has white hair. Looks to be like in his early to mid 30s. He has a big satchel of a bunch of liquids on his side, and he has a spear and a shield with him. He looks friendly, and he walks up and says, "Hello, madam. What brings you here?"
Well, it's quite the most curious thing. I was walking home, from the church, how it is. You say the preacher preach, they talk, and then everyone talks and talks and talks as they say, and you just want to sweep the floor and get done. But anyway, it was quite late when I walked out, but it had been such a clear and sunny day. I decided to stop by, uh, walk by the flowers. The flowers are quite nice, especially this time of year, dear. But anyway, I was just walking by the flowers, as I said, and suddenly there seemed to be some sort of mist. And well, my map. She holds a picture of a well-worn and faded map that you can't even read. It's like I don't seem to can't find my way back home or to the church, which is quite odd because who else is going to sweep after the priest is done preaching?
Sarah, the human wearing like a red cloak and like a bunch of crazy shit attached to her auburn hair, human. She leans over to Layla and kind of whispers, "It's Strahd. I'm gonna start loading my crossbow. You get everyone ready, okay?"
Ma'am, ma'am,
Yes.
I have a tiny question for you. Could we maybe see your hand?
My hand. She holds
Yes.
she holds out hands that are wrinkled and veiny with age,
Does she have the
and they
weird?
seem to tremble something.
Does she have the same weird symbol we do?
Actually, she
The
doesn't.
clock. She doesn't.
No, she does not. In fact,
Okay.
Nana, roll perception check for me.
Yeah, all right. Here we go. Hang
All
on.
right.
Looks
So
like I gotta have the
you
dice
kind of
roller
like
on.
notice when you're looking at Sarah that there's this weird symbol on the back of her hand that looks kind of like a clock. In fact, it looks a lot like this over here in the corner of the page.
Uh-huh. Okay. Nana tilts her head and discreetly, can I roll stealth to see if I can do it discreetly?
Sure.
Because I want to cast detect evil and
You
good.
could also do sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. All right.
Mhm.
That's still at disadvantage.
So all of you could probably see with your passive perception that she is in the middle of casting a spell.
Oh, it's go time, huh?
Sarah.
Ma'am, what are you doing?
Shh. She hustles you.
I don't mean to be rude, but you should stop.
Yeah, don't.
I look over at Sarah and I'm like, is she a hag?
Hmm.
I don't want to be rude.
I
But...
don't know. I mean, listen, old lady, I get it.
Would the spell have been completed
Alright.
by now?
Can I tell what spell
yeah.
she's casting?
Yeah, it is-
Valeria,
isn't it an
since
action, yeah.
I think you have that spell in your. Do you have that spell in your inventory? I mean, sorry, on your spell list. The tactical
Yeah.
evil
I
good?
don't know.
Yeah, it's on my spell
No.
list.
No, Ollira. Ollira, do you have that spell?
Not currently prayed for. No.
Have your character ever cast it before or been in the presence of someone who cast it? Because if any of those answers are yes, then you would recognize the spell without having to roll. Otherwise, you need to make an Arcana check.
I think it is on Paladin spell list, but
I also think it's on the Artificer spell list, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Well,
Go ahead.
Ollaras is not a paladin, though.
Oh, so you're a cleric, not a paladin. My bad.
well, it's also on cleric, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's cleric and paladin.
Well, this is could be a really bad roll for Arcana, but here we go.
Oh, I don't think artificers have it. but I'll make an Arcana check as well.
I thought I saw it on there. I might be mistaken.
Okay, so do I recognize the spell she's casting?
Yes, with Arcana, you know that she's just casting detect evil and good.
Okay.
Speaking of which,
Oh,
Anna,
so you're trying.
you kind of like, while you don't get anything within 30 feet specifically from any individual within 30 feet, the entire area, like as far as you can see and feel, just has a low level evil, evil nature to it. There's something very wrong with wherever you're at.
Okay, so you're
I
trying to
frown.
detect yourself as a hag, or what's going on?
A hag? Charlie, I'm not that old. She looks, and Anna looks insulted.
Oh well, you mean
Well,
you have to tell us.
Illyria being a drow elf says, I don't know how old you are as a human, but you seem to be ancient as far as I can tell.
I mean, she probably is like
Look,
less than
let's-
100.
How about we just how about we go sit down somewhere and have a talk? Because I don't think it's that good for her to be on the open road. I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, you have to tell us if you're a hag though. It's always entrapment.
I heard that too.
You have to tell us, like legally.
Yeah, if you are, you have to. Yes.
It's hag law. It's hag law. You have to tell us.
Like, I am not.
They just changed it.
I am simply an old woman, not a hag. She looks at you.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Yeah, sure.
How about a cup of
maybe
tea? Would
not
you
a
like a
hag.
cup of tea?
A cup of tea would be lovely. Thank you, dearie.
Where are you all getting a cup of tea? We're at where the fuck? We're supposed to be taking down, what was it, evil druids? What's happening?
Look,
The beef druids can
I'm
wait for a
gonna
cup of tea.
set myself down and make a cup of tea, because I am the master of drinks.
I can.
I've stopped asking where Wave gets these drinks.
With some visible difficulty, Nana sits down beside him, dusting her skirts off and tucking her shawl around her shoulders.
Uh,
Oh yes, but we're trying to stop evil druids. I forgot about that.
Look,
Why
we can
are we
take a tiny
messing-
break.
Why are we
She's
picking
an
up this old lady?
She's lost in the woods. She's an old lady. I don't want to leave her out. Who knows what's gonna happen? Maybe a wolf comes and eats her. I don't want to be responsible for that. She seems nice
Problem?
enough. You know?
Nana gives you just simply smiles.
She's friendly. And she likes tea. Like, I would appreciate someone to drink tea with.
Well, to be fair, you never asked me if I wanted tea.
Do you want any tea?
Sure.
Okay, who else wants tea? Because I can brew for everyone.
Party, apparently.
We're making friends.
Didn't we
And
just
we're
like?
helping an old lady.
Yeah, let's
Nana
just have-
pulls into the basket she's holding and pulls out some
cloaked.
cookies, which is going to be 2 rations, and is like,
Oh god!
"Would you like some cookies with some tea? That makes it quite nice."
The old man leaned over his cane, is just kind of staring open mouthed at this point.
Why are we having tea and biscuits just
What? When the
inches
cookies
away?
Look at my
Literally
hands.
gulped.
I look at my hand and I say it's 4 o'clock. That's tea time.
when the cookies are produced, the high elf that's kind of keeping himself like socially distanced from the party like drifts over.
Kill.
What? Cookies.
You two, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense. Cookies. Listen, let's just have a little break and then we'll go and deal with the twig monster things and the druids and stuff.
Didn't you get cookies from another old lady? Weren't those what you gave me that one time?
Oh no, I got that was a meat pie.
Yeah.
Yep, same difference. Baked goods from old ladies.
Would you like a cookie, dear?
Does
Maybe
have
they
a
still
point.
need to-
Sure. I will
It
be
could be
very
ve-
cross with you if I go on a drug trip, though.
There's nothing baked in here but love and a bit of cinnamon.
Good trip.
Hmm.
Do you mean this is a snickerdoodle?
Yeah, well, I don't know what it's named, but my mother baked these for me as a child.
That was me, the GM,
We s-
asking.
By the way,
Oh, the
quick
GM is
question.
asking? Yes.
Quick question. Did we have a long rest before we came here?
We sort of did, but I know I have a level of exhaustion from sleeping poorly. We slept in Kresk.
Oh yeah, I think
Uh,
I'd wait for decent sleeping.
I think maybe me and Sarah slept like shit. I can't remember. I know somebody else was suffering with me.
No, I slept good.
I have no notes of exhaustion, and normally speaking, I would keep that up. So I think I'm fine.
Yeah, I think I rolled
Uh,
good. I did sleep on the floor though or something.
No, I had a shitty survival roll, so I know I got a level of
I
exhaustion.
have
Wait.
a little exhaustion too.
While we're taking a quick break, I have the ability to make some potions. Maybe we should like see who wants some of them before we go into the danger place. Would that be a good idea?
I don't necessarily need some, but anybody else could.
Irina, meanwhile, has walked over to the old man with the cane and is currently in conference with him.
And go
Important stuff over here. Forget them.
follow
Do
over
it.
there.
Doing, Bray. Get out. Stop licking my toes. Stop. Stop. Ugh. Dog.
Oh dear.
Toughness, resilience, but you don't get to pick those. It's basically random, right?
Yeah.
The first one is random, but I can spend spell slots to pick one. So I get one for free every day, which is random. And if I spend a spell slot, I can choose which elixir I make. It's in the last part of the 3 columns. You can create additional permanent elixirs by expanding spells first level higher. When you do so, you can use your action to create it in an empty flask. You touch, you choose the elixir's effect from the experimental elixir table. So I can choose. So say we have a tank, I could make a potion of resistance and they get a +1 to AC.
Nice.
So you know what? I'm gonna make one of those. And
How long does that take? Instantaneously?
yeah, I mean it
Okay.
takes me 1 action to do so.
All right then.
Yeah. And anything else? I don't need a healing potion. Boldness, maybe. No, I'm gonna keep it at one of those. And one of flight. So that's that. Okay. So what is it exactly? Hmm. Okay, so we're do you know the way back to town? As I look at the old lady we didn't have the name of yet, right?
Nana kind of taps her fingers like, I don't know. I have to say that I don't know. This shows you her map again. Like, my old eyes are little just too poor for reading this here map.
Elle raises an eyebrow and asks her, "Where exactly are you from?"
Why, it's just a small town just by the mountains. You should have seen it. It was very pretty in the spring. With all the flowers.
Does it have a name?
She pauses like, what would be a name of a town by a mountain? Small town. Or can I
I
just
don't
make
have any
something up?
listed, so you can just make something up.
We called it Darkwell when I was a child. Then it burned down and became a new Darkwell by the time I returned.
Huh.
Hmm.
Well,
I guess the
unfortunately,
bigger question would be like, do you live in Barovia?
Is that the name of this place?
Yes.
Well, I don't recall in my travels ever hearing of a Barovia, but I am old and I've traveled for very many miles. I could be mistaken.
Do you know who Strahd is?
Come again? That sounds like a disease. Do you have it?
Oh,
Maybe.
Not a
I,
disease.
I think he is a disease, yes.
Well then, come here. I will help you cure it. She offers you her hands glowing slightly.
I don't think you cannot cure vampirism. You have to eliminate it.
Of course you can cure it. Well, the cure might just be a bit of fire and holy water, but it's still a cure nonetheless.
Okay, yeah, he kind of see a slight smile on Olaria's face and says, that might work, actually.
So my question is, do we bring you to a town, or I don't know, would it be safe to bring you to a town? Because I don't know if you're up for like going to a horde of monsters. I don't know if that's the best place for you.
Well, I do have some training in the church. I suppose I might be work best as a healer.
I'm not sure that church is very healing oriented.
Yes, it is.
Oh
Why,
no, I'm not talking about your church. I'm talking about where we just came from.
Oh. Well, no. It's the church I studied under. You know, after I got a little too old, my eyes got a little too weak, my hand got a little too shaky. I just turned to the church, to the goddess of my childhood.
Who might that be?
Why, do you know Hestia?
Do I know Hestia?
Greek goddess of home and hearth.
Roll religion.
Let's see.
Does not ring a bell with you, Layla. Wave and Kale, you've definitely heard the name before and might have some knowledge of who Hestia is. Something homey.
I think I've heard of her before. I think I remember she was quite the nice and accommodating host.
Nana smiles like,
Cookies,
yes.
maybe?
Cookies, heart, and home, where the fire is tended. Nana kind of looks around for a fire to tend. And seeing nothing, she kind of just shrugs.
Sounds lovely. And I start pouring out some tea. It's just standard chamomile tea, you know. Oh, I don't know. I have tea with me.
The tea shakes in Nana's hand as she takes. If you offer her some, and she takes it.
I think Kale, being the cheerful person that he is, would tell her exactly where she is and what to expect. Seeing as he seems to know
the
a bit
player
about
does not
this.
necessarily know any of this, so
So,
Yeah,
welcome to Barovia. You're here because Vampire wants to use you as a toy. You didn't come here because you got lost. You come here because, well, he got bored.
Oh, I see. Well, Mother did say that idle hands are the devil's tools. She takes another sip of tea. Perhaps he needs some good work to do. Good hard work cures anyone of anything. Especially boredom.
As a
My
GM, I am loving that Sarah is currently backing the way from Nana.
Sarah does not like the vibes.
Twenty is lighting up like it's doing voice chat, and I don't know why. And I want it to stop. Guess it doesn't matter if it's not causing you guys any issues.
I'm all good.
What just happened? That's scary.
Oh, I just changed my thingy. So I could mention something. Like, I know who Strahd is, but Nana does not.
Anyway. Should we get going again? Tea break over?
I mean, yeah, it's just all about how we approach the. It's all about how we approach the place, less about how. Well, I don't know. I mean, it seems like they're talking about it over there. It just we just kind of had a tea break.
Fair.
Oh, are we doing that with? I'm sorry. Remind me of your name, Miss. And I'm looking to Nana specifically.
Oh, you may simply call me Nana. Everyone else does.
Sure thing. So we were going to help these people deal with some druids. Are you up for that? Are we bringing you to a different town? What is the plan?
Well, as I said, if you need anyone to help heal your wounds and soothe your spirits, I suppose I can help. It is my churchly duty, after all.
I'm getting
If
Nana
I
begins to
weird
slowly pick
Southern
herself up
Belle
off the ground.
vibes from all this.
Seriously thinking of bringing her with us.
If I size her up, does she look I know she's like shaking and stuff, but does she look like weak, like really, really frail? Like a wind will knock her over?
Roll me a perception check.
Having an extra healer would be good, but I'm
Nana,
not that confident.
describe your physicality to her, please.
She looks like her hands little shaky. She doesn't look like a strong breeze will knock her over. You notice as she walks over towards you, she does walk like she is familiar where she knows where she's stepping. She's no she is. It's just her hands are shaking a little bit.
Okay. I mean, if she's not from Barovia and our goal is to get out of here, it might be good to bring her along too. We're looking for somewhere safe, right?
I mean, yeah.
Right.
I wouldn't mind having an extra pair of healing hands, seeing what happened in that house. But I just want to make sure we all try to keep her safe, because I'm not up for like sending Nana into a dangerous hole of creatures. I don't know. Can you promise us you'll stay behind the sturdy people?
She simply looks at you and smiles and says, "I promise that I will be all right. And don't worry about me, dearie." She moves her hand out to gently tap that back of your hand, like, "I'll be all right." And she smiles reassuringly.
Sure.
Which hand do you tap? Do you tap his normal hand, or do you tap the hand with the weird symbol on it?
His normal hand.
Okay.
Gris, your hand starts to tick. 2 minutes later, it explodes.
Oh Lord.
Okay. I mean, she says she'll be fine. I'm pretty sure we can protect her. I mean, worst case scenario, I do have some healing abilities if anything were to happen.
You being the strongest one here are going to be the one that has to carry her.
I don't. I look over at Elray and like, I don't know if I'm the strongest one here, but sure.
I think we figured out that you're the strongest character.
Yeah, I think you're kind of like you have the highest strength score.
I have 14. Okay, yeah, I'm the strongest one. I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine. She'll be my responsibility. That's fine. I quite like her. We can have plenty of tea time together. I'll make sure everything's all right with her. That's fine by me. Oh no, Chris. Anyway, I look over to the two that are over here, and I'm gonna go like, so have you guys come up with a plan yet?
Which two?
Plan. I don't. Well, I'm looking at the old man and I say, so there's evil druids here.
No,
How often do they show up?
they have taken over the winery right now.
So they're inside now.
Yes, and you are at you. Sorry, I'm bad with remembering what accent I used for him, so I'm just it's
Yeah.
kind of manifesting randomly. And you are out here having tea and biscuits. He's just slowly shaking his head. Time for that after the winery has been saved.
I see.
Now, young man. Nana looks over at the druid like, tea and biscuits is quite a healing. Mental state.
Looking man on leaning on the cane is just kind of stares at you for saying that.
Like, you need to put yourself in the proper state before one enters battle. Tea and biscuits can help with that. And she kind of gives him a mildly disapproving look. If she had glasses, she'd be looking over them at him.
Madam, now is really not the time. If you are not intended on help, we need to find someone else who can.
Oh, we'll help. Let's go get rid of these druids, shall we?
Yes, I think we should finally get the hunt on. Not sure if druids count as monsters.
Depends on the druid, I think.
The hunt. We can put the hunt on hold, Sarah. I'm sure you'll get your werewolf soon.
I know. I'm just really disappointed. I haven't seen one in forever.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll run into it eventually. Let's just deal with these
I haven't even
druids.
seen Strahd this whole time.
Yeah, and let's keep it that way.
Like, suicidal human.
Enthusiastic human. Alright, so we're just gonna go then? Just march right in there?
Sure.
I mean, do you know what they're living in? Are they like in a cave? Are they just in the trees? Do they have like a settlement?
They're in the winery, aren't they?
Yeah, didn't they take it over?
Right.
They took over the winery.
I mean, I think we should be fine as long as we move and stick together. I mean, how dangerous can a few tree people be?
Pretty dangerous.
Have you ever
sturdy.
walked through a thorn bush?
Yeah. Yeah, true.
Kale's gonna send his pseudo dragon out over just to scout above the place to see what I don't know. Get a general lay of the land. Voice? Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
Oops, sorry, I didn't realize I was muted.
Tick.
Sorry, I was about to say that you can see that you're coming in up from the south, so you can see that there's a small entrance here and right here, approaching from the south. Hi
But nothing unusual if I send Squeak to do a flyover.
there. Doesn't look that way from this quick look. Oops. Yeah, you see there's a little skeletal pseudo dragon sitting on the high elf's shoulder.
I kind of quirk an eyebrow, but knowing that I didn't detect any evil from it, I leave it as is.
So we're gonna do an infiltration.
Now under your control. Oh, you already had that under control. Sorry, my bad. Wrong
Is
one.
anyone else seeing a map? Because I'm not seeing any sort of map. All I'm seeing is a big black square.
I think you need to scroll down.
I
There you
did.
go.
I can't see
Oh.
it. It's
Do you
just
have
big
her sight
black.
set up? Oh, she might be. Is it dark? Does she have night
Uh,
vision?
She doesn't. I don't think she does have dark vision.
are you different from what you told me originally you were?
No,
Whoa!
I'm the same. I'm the same race.
Max, that's why you shouldn't stand on that. That'll fall over.
Let me see. Hang on.
Sorry,
Let me
my
double
cat
check
knocked
my
over one of my
racial trait.
monitors right onto the other cat.
Oh yeah, I can see. I have dark vision.
Yes,
I
you have dark
for
vision.
some. Yeah, I have dark vision.
Okay, so you've now tipped your hand that you're not human. But
Well, they don't
how,
know
Yeah.
that.
Metagaming.
That's true. We don't know that.
She's just a creepy old lady.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You're not that cool. Anyway, I think it's best for me and Elray to go in like first and then you guys follow, right? Seeing I think we're the two sturdiest.
I'm fine with going
He
in
would say
first. Which door do we want to go
I'll
to is the question.
let's go through the front door, I'd say. Or no, let's take the back door. Maybe they don't expect us. Anyway, I'm gonna drink a potion of resilience, which gives me +1 AC for 10 minutes. And then I
Which
say,
is
let's go.
which is the back door? I don't know which is front and which is back, but I'll
I
go to
think
this
this is the back door. We're going through this door. Fuck it. Let's go.
one. All right, I'll open the door. Okay.
all right, let's see how well this opens. All right. Yeah, it's easy enough to open. In fact, you can kind of see past it. Oh, you're going all the way over there. Before you move there, I need to finish. I need to finish describing what you see here.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
So, bare hooks line the walls of the storage room. Shelves to the south hold several pairs of stained wooden sandals with oversized soles. Both doors to this room hang open. The one to the west is fitted with iron brackets and leads outside into the rain, where you're currently been at. Oh, forgot that it was raining. Oh well. Lying on the floor next to it is a 5-foot long wooden beam.
I think this is for keeping the door closed.
Possibly.
Okay, I'll continue further in.
Yeah.
All right. The rich smell of fermenting wines fills this large 2-story chamber, which is dominated by 4 enormous wooden casks. Each one is 8 feet wide and 12 feet tall. A wooden staircase in the center of the room climbs to a 10-foot high wooden balcony that clings to the south wall, which has 4 windows set into it at balcony level. Stacked against the wall underneath the balcony are old, empty barrels with the Wizard of Wines burned into their sides. The balcony climbs another 5 feet as it continues along the west and east walls, ending at doors leading to the winery's upper level. Underneath these side balconies are several doors, some of which hang open. Beneath the sloping roof stretch thick rafters, upon which scores of ravens have quietly gathered. They watch you with great interest.
No evil druids in here. Do we want to go up the stairs, I guess?
Nope, I haven't just finished describing. As you're all entering in, that's when you hear the balcony creaking, drawing your eye to a wild-looking figure hunched over the westernmost cask, which is right here, pouring
Ah,
a flask of thick syrup into it. She wears a gown made of animal skins and a headdress with goat horns. Her hair is long and unkempt. Suddenly, you see something skittering across the floor. It looks like a tiny creature made of twigs. It moves from its hiding place under the stairs and disappears behind the enormous cask.
Does she seem to notice us?
Yeah, she has glanced over to where you're at.
kind of looking at her, I'd say,
Hello?
are you one of the evil druids taking over this place?
As she finishes pouring the liquid into the vat, she lets out a shout, and all of a sudden, twig creatures
Can I,
start emerging from the underneath the stairs, making themselves visible to you.
That's
I think
about
I
as evil
could
as
I
druid as I've seen.
could I try to stop the liquid from pouring with
It's too
my
it's too
control
late.
water?
It's too late.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, that's fine.
one is currently underneath of your position. Wave. Um, and let's see.
One
One
is
second. I
right on
need.
A little
top of me.
tight in here.
Yeah. Need
You can move
to.
him like in here.
Yeah, the druid's actually up on the second floor there. So,
I don't like this amount of things, Chris. It's a bit much.
no, the question
It's
is,
fine though.
would you like the weirdness of me rolling each individual twig plate, or would you like them all to move together?
Let's roll them. I would say roll them in groups. So if they're all going on the same initiative, we're dead.
Okay. That works
But
for
if
me.
you roll them all individually, it might take a long time. So I'd say roll them in groups of 3 or something, or 2. Then that might be easiest.
Like mark them colors and make
Yeah,
them
that's what I'm
different
doing.
groups.
Yeah, because I really don't want to fight. If they all go on the same initiative, like
Yeah,
that's
they'll
like
peck you to death.
yeah, like even if we have high AC, I would move the one under me to like right here though, because that's gonna.
That it was already underneath of you when you stepped in there.
Yeah.
It's like right at your ankles.
Oh, okay. I guess we're sharing
Sorry, I
space.
didn't see you guys moving in exactly as I was reading because I had to
Oh.
sit down while I was
No,
reading, and
Step on
suddenly
it.
I look up
it's fine.
and I realized that you were covering one of the swing blades.
It's fine. Could be worse. No, Chris, that one doesn't exist. Okay.
Right, sure.
Quick question: what's this building made out of?
Never liked that question.
Wood and such.
Because this looks like stone.
Well, stone, wood walls. Oh, sorry, I was looking at the casks. No, the upper floors are or wood. So yeah, it looks like it's wood and stone.
Okay.
What, Waterman? You gonna go pyro?
Maybe.
See, that didn't-
But I have bad flashbacks from last time we went pyro, so
Mm-hmm.
how many of them are there?
A lot. In fact, I reduced the amount
A
that
lot.
that the module calls for.
Yeah,
So I don't
I
like
God.
dealing. I don't like dealing with the full amount. Uh, so I find it easier just to use the amount, a certain amount. All right.
Oh man, that's a lot.
Yes. Alrighty then. So the druid up above you gets to go first.
Yay.
The druid kind of looks over the balcony at you guys. She can only see four. Actually, she can only see three of you from her position.
Yeah.
But let's see, what is she gonna do? She is good. She's gonna cast Entangle down at you. Suddenly,
Good.
through little tiny cracks in the floor and from sprouting from the wooden cask, vines start spreading out, entangling around the legs of Alira, Sarah, and Layla. I also believe that because it's a 20-foot square. Let's see here. Draw that shape. Okay. It's a bit bigger than that. Hold on.
Boy.
You mean everyone except for Kay?
Yeah, pretty much everyone but Kale. And of course, the twig blights are unaffected by such a thing.
Okay,
Okay, so
so
we gotta make strength saving throws.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right, strength saving throw. At least not.
Oh dang.
I'm
Suddenly,
good.
Sarah is restrained.
I'm terrible. I'm tangled.
So the vines sneak up around the legs of Sarah and Alira, kind of holding them holding them tight to the spot.
Joke's on you. I didn't let him move anyway.
I did, yeah, but well,
Shh! You can't. Don't let him know that you've lost.
Alira.
all right. So targeting the druid that just cast a spell on me.
All right. And you throw sacred flame back in her face. She nimbly dodges out of the way, shrieking at you in some weird language.
The end of turn.
Mm-hmm. Which means you get to re-roll your strength save.
Ah,
I think. Is that how that works? Oh no, you cast a spell. Oh wait. The spell ends. Let's see. Creature in the area.
Make an action to free itself.
Yeah. Use make an action. That's right. I know some of those it's action, some of those it's end of turn. And this is concentration. So
Right.
Druid needs a concentration token. Nana.
All right. Let's see. Would it be a free action to take my sword and shield out?
Sure.
Actually, I'm just going to. Would it be a free action just to don my shield? Because right now I have both my hands free.
Sure.
You can equip one item for free each round, so yes.
All right, so Nana kind of lifts. You notice she's wearing two skirts. One is an overskirt, one's an underskirt. So she lifts the overskirt and pulls out a metal, large, not large, but medium-sized metal shield. She easily holds it and kind of gives the druid kind of a disapproving look, like that wasn't very nice. Now was it? She and I'm going to cast as a bonus action, I'm casting Shield of Faith around myself.
Okay.
And then for my action, I'm going to cast Word of Radiance at the druid. Oh no, that's 5 feet. Shit. Sorry. I'm going to cast it at the thing right by myself, right at my
Yeah, it's in
self.
between you and Wave.
Yeah, right under
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Oh, Shield of Faith
Alright.
is pretty good. I wish it was on the Artificer spell list.
Did that go? No, it didn't. Don't know why it's not clicking. There it goes.
Ooh, Constitution save. Is this a cantrip or is this a?
It is a cantrip.
Okay, so if it succeeds, it takes nothing.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, just need to double check on that.
Mm-hmm.
And the
And
Word of Radiance just causes it to explode.
and by the way, now that I have my shield out, any attacks on Kale, any attacks on anyone within 5 feet of me, I will be using my reaction to pose disadvantage on
So everyone
them.
but the Drow. Okay. Because
Yes.
everyone's currently within 5 feet of you, except for her.
Yeah.
Sarah.
Yep, I'm going to use my action to create. I'm going to create my Eldritch Cannon, and I'm going to create it with the flamethrower application, and I'm going to have as a bonus action. I believe it moves. Let's see, what's its movement? It has a movement of 15 feet. So it's just going to move right here in front of these guys.
Hold on a
And
second.
I gotta
Can
quickly look
you
this up.
draw an X or something on that section?
Yeah, sure. I just gotta double check how large this flamethrower is. Yep, okay, it's a 15-foot cone. So we'll just get those three, I guess. And they gotta make a dexterity save. Minus the firearm. I don't know why
Does
it
this also
rolled.
count as a Does this also count as a cantrip where dodging gets nothing, or what?
I think dodging gets nothing. I'm double checking though. No, half on successful.
Then there's no point in me rolling anything.
Okay, so they die. Okay.
Yeah. Well, that's one of those reasons I need to check on those things. When you're talking about low
Yep.
HP enemies, there's sometimes no point in rolling because if they die at they die them with half of this, then it stops mattering.
Yep. Also, it ignites anything flammable in that area. So.
Thankfully, that was just out of range of some of the more flammable stuff.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't like how I said that, do you?
No, I don't.
Well, alcohol is very flammable. So's wood.
It's supposed to be up here.
To be fair, I am a fire hydrant, so it should be fine.
All right, that'll be my turn.
All right. So let's see here. Twig blights move 20 feet. So 5, 10, 15, 20. Wave.
I will be very dumb and cast Flaming Sphere. So, Flaming Sphere.
Alright.
Same level. It starts right here, so everyone next to it. I'll quickly draw it.
Hold on. How big is it?
It has it's 5 by 5 foot, but it has a 5-foot radius around it. So I put it one down, so I do not burn the hell out of her. So put it right on this guy.
It has a radius of 5.
Wait, I'll fix the spell card.
There
Why
you go.
doesn't it say it has a spell attack?
You have that to move. Move that where you want it.
Yeah, I want it right here because I don't want to burn
Okay.
myself. They all need to make, I think, a deck save. Let me just fix that real quick. Yeah,
What's
need to
the,
make a deck
what's the
save.
DC?
DC is 15.
Okay, so that one's dead.
Uh,
Oop, wrong thing.
hold
Hold on. That one's dead. Oh, wait, it's half. So yeah, I don't need to roll. They're all dead. Secondly, you put the fire spell down directly on top of a cask of very flammable substance. So all of those suddenly burst into flames.
That's fine. Bonus action. I move it. How far can I move it? It's 30 feet? Let me just...
Another cast.
As a bonus action, I can move it, so...
Where are you moving it to?
Checking real quick if I can do it in the same turn. Okay. Can move it up to 30 feet. Okay.
So go ahead and move it.
I'll move it straight down here, and everything it passes through needs to make a deck save or take the damage.
Show me the path that you moved it.
A straight line.
Okay.
So everything that's in there should take the damage. I'll take care of the fire. Don't worry about it.
That. And suddenly, boom.
Gonna play my own fire patrol. Just a bit of fire damage. Tiny bit. Let's see if the thing works now properly. Yeah, that's better.
Anything else?
No. Did all of them make the deck saves? So
None of
everyone,
them, it didn't matter. They're vulnerable to fire.
Okay, yeah.
If
Because these guys are still here.
If save it, I was counting by what was passing through.
Oh no, is it only what it? Wait, let me check.
Where it landed up.
Yeah, okay.
Alright, so green twig
Okay,
light.
yeah. And everyone within that range at the start of their turn needs to make a deck save as well, or is that the end of the turn?
There's nothing within that range.
Yeah, I can't see that because there's a barrel in the way.
Mm-hmm. A barrel which is currently on fire, yeah.
Fire is fine. I'll put it out on my turn.
That might be a little too late because the fire actually goes before your turn.
It's fine. I'll take a bit of fire damage. Could be worse.
I'm not sure how. I'm really not sure how.
I could be attacked by 15 blights. I just looked and there were like 20 of them. Just a bit of fire. You guys are forgetting. I can control water. I am a waterbender. It's fine.
Trying to remember if attack rolls against the creature have advantage. Yeah, so the Swig Blight gets advantage against the Lyra.
Hey guys, please save our winery. It's just burnt down by the time we're done with it.
Exactly.
Look, all this wine is poisoned anyway. It needed to go one way or another. It's not like anyone has purified food or drink.
I might. Well, I could get it.
Ow!
Lyra, it actually hit you, Lyra. You feel little needle claws striking through your armor for 3 hit points.
Yeah.
All the other green ones are dead. Next one. 4. Another Twig Blight has gone somewhere. Kill!
I can see everybody's heads here. I sort of see this one here.
There is a raging inferno that has started in there. Everything's turning orange and red.
What'd you guys do?
I mean, it's only been on fire for 6 seconds. It's not that bad.
Well, I mean, I guess I'm gonna Eldritch Blast the only one I can see.
Alright, if you miss, there's 3 people you might hit. That misses, but not bad enough to actually hit those people. Why is there an X mark over there, by the way?
Eldritch Candle?
That's where my cannon is.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's tiny, so it's not super hard to slip by or anything.
I was just trying to remember why there's an X there.
All I can do. I am done.
Okay. Layla.
Yeah. Is it difficult terrain to move through an ally?
Oh no,
Okay,
to an ally, no, but everything within that green square, yes.
Okay, can I move through Ollara?
She's currently restrained. She can't resist it. But yeah, there's an enemy there. But yeah, you can get around the enemy.
Okay. All right. There's an enemy right there. I have a short sword, so I'll make a strike with that first.
Bunch of twigs on the ground.
Okay. I move 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm going to move out of this area. Extra attack hit this one.
Okay. That one's now dead. Oh, there was another green one in here. I completely forgot about it. Oh well, it was penned in by the fire anyway.
Okay. I don't like where I ended, but that's that. So I'm going to end my turn here.
Okay, purple. 15, 20. That one rushes at you. Comes up for a claw attack. Misses. Alright, the rest of them seem to have fled. Red ones. That one comes over here and will also attack you. And misses. You hear laughter from above you as the druid cackles, seemingly madly. Let's see. A jet of flame comes streaking down from the balcony at you, Sarah.
Oh, great.
But 14. Does a 14 hit you? You're restrained.
Nope.
Okay, so yeah, that misses. Lyra.
So to get away from this, I have to make a strength save.
Yep.
At disadvantage, or
Restrained. Attack rolls against creature has disadvantage on only on dexterity saving throws, but since this is a strength throw, no, you do not have a disadvantage on that.
okay, well, probably won't succeed anyway.
Let's see, druid. Hold on, trying to find its. Oh, DC 12. So yeah, you actually did succeed on that.
Okay. Let's see. So bonus action, I will target the cleric up there. And I will cast spiritual weapon.
What is the form of your spiritual weapon?
Skull.
Maul?
Skull, like the paladin had.
Did you say maul?
Skull.
Skull. Thank you. Is that I was having trouble hearing you. My bad. All right. Spiritual weapon has appeared next to the druid. What would you like it to do? 20
Sure.
force damage. Nice. So druid has to roll a Constitution saving throw. Succeeded. Nana.
All right.
Unless you want to move somewhere, Lyra?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna spend all 15 feet of movement since it's difficult terrain to move right here. All right, so Layla, Alay, and Alray. You both get any creature that attacks you will get disadvantage.
Yeah.
Well,
Wait,
as long as they're within 5 feet of me.
all this fire makes you think of the ship incident.
And to the druid, Nana is going to cast Guiding Bolt.
All right. That hits. Druid screams in pain. And Guiding Bolt, I believe the next attack that's against it, it gets advantage.
Yep.
All right.
Before the end of my next turn.
All right. Constitution saving throw. Succeeded still. Anything else?
Nope, I just ready my shield.
Because
Wait.
half of you guys remember when you nearly burned down the ship, and another one of you remembers when you burned down that house.
Don't worry about the fires. I got
I
it.
haven't burned down anything yet. That was all Devlin.
Oh, I
Wait.
forgot about that.
The fire has been on for 6 seconds. It can't be that bad.
Sarah.
Let's see. I think I'm going to try and use my action to get out of this. These stop being restrained. So I'm gonna do a strength check. God damn it. Okay. And then I'm going to use my bonus action to. Let's see. Just fire off the flame cannon again in this in the direction of that purple twig.
Okay.
Let's see how much damage it rolls. It's safe for half, so
dead. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
You pretty much
After he does
you
that,
pretty much have to roll a 2 in order a 2 or a 3 in order to make it worth the rolling. Anything else you can
I'm
do,
have him
Sarah?
move to the other end of the room. No, that's it. Just gonna have it move there, and that's it.
Okay.
Because I can't move.
So let's see that twig blight. 5, 10, 15, 20. Now it is the fire's turn. Give me 1 second. One of the reasons I brought it up was because I actually had some nice rules about fire spreading and what happens and how much damage one takes when they step into fire.
Oh no.
Okay. Oops, wrong thing. Sorry. Roll. There we go. Let's see. So this one does not. Second one does not. Third one. That one starts to increase. It's now consuming the vat. There's a lot of heat putting out. Wave, Sarah, and Ollira, you will take 1 point of damage from being near heat on your turn.
Oh, goody. On our turn. But now,
Okay.
Let's see. There is a barrel. It is under contents. I rolled a 6 on that one. That means the barrel explodes.
Wait, what?
Wave, roll a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Where's Dex? Oh wait, I don't have advantage. For why was advantage on? It's fine. Do I have absorb elements?
Twig Blade, I don't even need to roll because it's going to be fire damage anyway. That Twig Blade is killed in the explosion. This explosion is, let's see, 2d6 of both fire and impact damage. So basically flaming wreckage of the barrel just comes exploding into you.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, so you take 8 points of damage from that one.
Was worth it for killing all the 12 lights.
That explosion has now spread more flame. Onto more barrels. Let's see. This is a 5. That flame gets bigger. That's a 2. That flame's kind of subsumed anyway by that bigger flame. That twig blight's dead. That twig blight can't avoid the fire. The fire gets into there. The next one is a 6, which means more barrels explode, but none of you are within range of that. That's a 5. That's now on fire.
This has gotten very bad.
It's fine. It's not that bad. Like, none of you took damage. And it's gonna be out in like 20 seconds.
right on my arm going, I didn't take damage?
No, not yet. On your turn,
Yeah, that's true.
you're going to take 1 point of damage from each flame that you're next to. Which means Wavelets will take 3, Sarah, you'll take 1, Ollira and Nano, you will take 1.
They're
Yields will
gonna take
2.
0 damage because I'm gonna put all of them out on my turn.
Maybe. So, Wave, it's your turn. You take 3 points of heat damage being that close to the fire.
Then I cast Create or Destroy Water.
Alright.
And I create water. Do you know how, like, if you have a faucet and you hold your hand on it, or like in a certain way, it becomes like a fire hydrant? I'm
looking at what you're doing with this here. Let's see. You can create 20 gallons of clean water within range in an open container. There is no open container for that. There's liquid already in those containers. The water falls as rain in a 30-foot cube within range.
Yes, that should put out the fires, right?
Not all of them. You have got, it's
I mean,
extended
not.
more than 30 feet. So decide which cube you're going for.
Let's do this cube first, and then the next cube next, because this one hasn't been on for that long, right? Wait.
Just basically create a cube in here and show me where the cube is.
Okay, let me just draw shape.
Oh. And I have to check a quick question on something real fast.
Wait, 30-foot cube. Is that 30 by 30, or is that 30 foot total?
30-foot total.
Okay, so what's 30 foot total? So that's uh math. Ah man, why can't I math? So this is 15, right?
Hold on 1 second. What?
No,
Show
that's
me.
not 15. That's wait, is this 60? No, this is not 60. This is brain. This is 30 foot. That's not that big. I thought it would be way bigger. Right? Because this is 30 feet total, right? Because this is 2 times 15.
Well, I'm not seeing what you're pointing at. Okay, that is a that's a 10 by 15. I'm looking at.
Yeah, but you said 30 feet total, so this is 15 by 15, which is 30.
No. 30. Sorry. Uh,
It would be
30
30 by
foot
30.
cubed. Yeah, 30 foot cubed. So
So
that's a bit bigger
that's
than the tangle spot that we have.
so it would be
Sorry, I'm asking a question.
yeah. So it would be this big, right? And that is so I would have a bit more room.
Oh, I like the answer I just got.
Oh
Sorry.
no, I don't. Chris, come on, rule of cool. Don't bully me. You bully me often
I
enough.
like physics, remember?
I don't.
Okay,
So how much? I have 5
okay,
feet left,
so
so I can do this.
all right. So this fire, this fire, this fire, this fire are drenched and cooled. However, because water does not do anything for an alcohol fire, and
Uh,
currently the fermentation vats are what's burning, and rather
Quick question:
the
how much
wine.
alcohol needs there? Counter argument: there needs to be a certain amount of alcohol to water ratio
Ah,
to make it burn, because you can't just put a wine glass on fire. If I'm
this
not
is true. Let
mistaken.
me double check then.
Aha! I know something as well. Wait, can I cast it? What happens if I cast it on my? Oh, uh, I can cast it on a higher level. Let me just do that. I'm gonna cast it on second level as well, so it should reach up to here instead of to here, if I'm not
One
mistaken.
second, I'm still looking this up.
If I can count is the question.
Yeah, because I'm trying to see if because you just made a valid point. There is a lot of water and alcohol, and I'm not sure what the thing is in here. So that's why I'm checking something about wine and fire.
Be 100 proof or 50% ABV to be straight up flammable.
Ah, okay. Yeah, and wine has a lot more water than that. So yeah. All right. What were you saying?
I'm
Dave?
gonna cast the second level, so I get to move it up to here if I can calculate right. I think because it gives me an additional
5. Yeah.
defeat. So it's like half the fires, right?
Yeah. So that
I
would
think
destroy
so.
that. It would reduce this. Roll a 1d4 for me, Wave. Actually, roll me 3d4. No, 44. Sorry, roll 44. Okay, so
Come on, let that be decent.
that gets down to there. goes
I
there.
told you guys I had this under control. Also, I'll dispel my spell, my flaming sphere, because it's done enough.
What gave you that idea?
All right, there are still fires all over here. And you did happen to kill a bunch of twig blights with it, but the wine is pretty much destroyed down there. So let me draw some damage marks. All right. Is that all, Wave?
I think so.
Okay. Twig blight. So the only two people who are taking damage from the fires are going to be Nana and Layla. Let's see which twig. I had this moved up a little bit more, so I didn't see which twig blight. Actually, all those twig blights are dead, so that one goes bye bye. All right, this twig blights. 5, 10,
Anything
15,
for you.
20.
Hey.
Kale, it's your turn.
He's gonna like sort of like poke his head through the door and just see the chaos, and I can't see anything from where I am. He's not stepping into the vines, so he's just like, no, and that's pretty much it. He's just gonna be like, no.
Layla, 1 point of heat damage.
Sure. Okay. I know the druid was on the balcony. Where exactly is that? Because I don't think I've seen her as I've been walking past.
Well, the balcony's up on a different map north of the. You see that there's a map up north beyond this. The balcony's up there, so you can technically see the druid, sort of. She's undercover, but
But
Oh, okay.
you'd also have advantage because of guiding bolt.
you currently have
I
advantage
also
on her.
ignore half of her and 3 cover quarter because I'm a sharpshooter.
And there is a set of stairs that go right up right here.
I'm gonna try to take a shot at her.
Okay. Advantage. Ooh. The arrow goes right through her eye, and she falls over dead, which ends the spell, meaning that there's no longer vines wrapped around Sarah.
Awesome.
Okay, there's still a fire directly in front of me, so I'm gonna start making my way out of here.
There's still twig blights, right? So we're not out of combat yet.
There's still twig blights somewhere.
Right, but I didn't see.
But we're
Yeah, I'm
still
just
in
gonna start
turn
moving.
order. Yeah. Okay.
Let's see. Purple twig blights. Let's see. 5, 10, 15, and 20. 5, 10, 15, 20. Alright, all of those ones moved. Red. Do I have any red twig blights left? No, I do not. Ollara.
Let's see. I don't see any twig blights, but I do see fire.
Right. You see fire burning away at the vats.
Really don't have anything that'll help with fire. Am I the only one that's been injured so far? Is there somebody else that's injured?
Wave has been hurt.
Ah. So I'll fold the spiritual weapon to me and hold an action to send it out and attack the first enemy in sight.
You're recalling it to you?
Yes.
Okay. All right, it's now under your control.
All right.
Anything else?
That's it.
Nana, you take 1 point of heat damage.
All right. Would I see any twig blights anywhere?
Nope. What you see is what you see at the moment.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to start making my way up to the stairs. All right. Can I just go ahead and climb the stairs?
Sure.
That's 3, 5, 10, 15, 20. I should be able to get up the stairs with 30 movement, right?
How many movement have you already used?
Considering I was right here.
So 10?
So, yeah, 10,
15, 20.
30, 25.
Hold on. That's 20. That's where you're at 20.
All right. Yeah. 20. And there are twig bright lights in front of me?
No, you see some clusters of ravens around, though.
All
Kind of
right.
stare at you, cawing.
I kind of give them a smile. And that's the end of my turn.
And you see that the flames from down below that are currently burning away the vats. Sarah.
All right. Let's see. I don't take damage, right?
No, there's no fire currently in front of you.
Cool. Let's see. I guess Sarah's gonna move all the way over to her cannon and pick that up. And then she's going to dash and try to move out. Yeah, right here. Just kind of move back, pick up her cannon, move. That's all she's really gonna do.
All right.
I just don't want them to die.
Hold on 1 second.
That's my turn.
Okay. That was the end of that twig bite's turn. Now time for the fire. All right. Ah, that's what. Duh. All right, those ones stay stable. Wave.
I'm gonna do the thing again. I'm gonna create water again to try and douse all the flames. So now it should be I'm gonna move real quick so I can have a. So Wave is gonna go over here so you can have a better look at where the fires are, and then he's gonna 5, 10, 15.
How about I draw it this time?
I think I can cover this area.
Hold on. Hold on. I got it. Hold on.
Okay.
There you go. That's 30 by 30. So which way do you want it? Do you want it on this, or do you want it like that?
Let's put it like this. But is there a part that's above this? Can I move it? Can I like make it a rectangle instead of a square?
It has to be a square. It's 30 by 30.
Okay. Yeah. I'll do this then.
Okay.
To get as much of the flames. So that would leave only this flame,
Also,
right?
by the way, Wave, you take 1 point of heat damage.
Oh, no, 1. That's fine, yeah. So does that put these fires out?
It puts several of them out.
Okay.
One of them is still burning.
Okay, yeah.
Alright. Twig blight.
Yeah,
Kale.
that's it.
Yep.
Yeah, Kale leans his head in again, takes a look around at the smoldering, damp, mess, and he's just like, still no.
Bits of wine on the ground, yeah.
Yeah, he's just not. Yeah.
Layla.
Yeah, I'm gonna start making my way around. That's 25 feet. I saw that old lady walking around this way at some point, and she probably shouldn't be alone. So I'm going to move 10 more feet starting up the stairs.
Okay.
Just, I guess.
So you get stopped right about there where, she is stopped.
Okay. Alright, I'll hold a longbow attack if anything comes out and attacks us, but I'll hold my position here.
Okay.
Hello, dearie. Lovely view, isn't it?
Time for the purple ones. Just remember the time you nearly burned down a boat. I remember it well.
Hmm.
Alright.
Hold on.
I will see if I can.
There's something invisible.
What?
You hear a creak at the at this door over here.
Open that door.
And another druid is standing there. Give me 1 second. There. Trying to see if there was. Hold on. Trying to see if there's an actual description of this individual druid or not. Okay. So you see a man with wild hair, rotted teeth, and skin painted red with blood. He's waving a gnarled staff at you made from a black branch and babbles at you. He is yelling something in Druidic. Any of you speak Druid?
Nope.
So, looking around at the damage that has already been caused in there. Oh, that's right, that's self. Never mind, can't use that. He is just going to launch a flame spell out at one of you.
Yay, more
More
fire.
Misses anyway, it was out at wave. Alira, you take
Alright.
1 point of heat damage.
I do.
You're starting your turn next to an open fire. Wine is just dripping out of that burning barrel.
Right. So I will move to there. By the fire, of course. Guess I will actually dash to there. I will have my spiritual weapon follow an attack.
By the way, the ravens are currently acting very agitated and flying in circles now above things. They seem to be focused on the fires that you guys have caused. So you're attacking the druid with your spiritual weapon.
Yeah.
All right. That's a hit.
Okay.
They have low AC.
End of turn.
Are you attacking too, or just your spiritual weapon?
I had
Oh,
to
that's
dash,
that's
so
right.
I
You had
can't.
to dash and move your spiritual. Never mind. Got it. Nana.
All right. I assume I didn't see any of that happened down below.
No, but you did notice that a couple of flyers seem to have died down. So the ravens are currently in a circling pattern, kind of like circling around, looking at very agitated.
I'm gonna move over here where there's more ravens, and I'm gonna can I roll I don't even know if they are actual ravens, but can I go ahead and roll animal handling to try and soothe them?
Sure.
All right. I'm sure the fire will go down. Maybe eventually.
They do not seem convinced. Sarah.
Guess I should attack that crazy guy. Yeah, I don't see the other blights, so I'm gonna move. Guess I should have stayed here 30 feet. And I can just gonna shoot off a firebolt at that.
And you take
at
1
that
point
guy.
of heat damage for being for ending your movement right by the fire.
Oh, I would. Okay, in that case, but it being this far back, be okay.
Sure.
Yeah, okay. Then I will shoot the firebolt.
Nice.
Oh my god.
And the
Oh
guy's
my
head, the
god.
guy's head simply explodes. Flaming
He
bits
also takes.
of skull and blood just descends upon Alira and smashes onto the skull, the spiritual skull that's right behind. Was right behind them. They drop to the ground. The
Oh my
staff just
god.
kind of rolling along.
Yeah, he also takes those extra 2d8 because of arcane firearm. So, and I rolled max on those too, so that's kind of wild.
The guy had less than 20 hit points. You didn't even need the nat 20 on it.
Ain't no kill like overkill.
Well, that's why their head exploded.
All right, I finally got it tuned. That's so great. I've been trying to get this thing just right for a while, and this is a very good moment for me. Thank you. And she kisses her gun.
Hopefully, I got the fire under control.
All right, fire. Wave.
I'm gonna try and douse more flames.
Okay.
Can I use instead of using create water? Can I use shape water to move all the water I created into the vats and putting out the fire?
It only does 5 feet at a time.
Yeah, 5 cubic feet. If I move 5 cubic feet into a vat, that should lower the alcohol content enough to put it out, right?
That won't actually help since a lot of it's also burning the wood along the outside of the vat. A lot of
Yeah,
the
but I
wine
can
is
move.
sloshing onto the ground.
Yeah, but I can like move the water over wherever it's burning, which
Alright.
should put it out, right?
You can put out one of the two there, or reduce this big one on size because it's only 5 feet.
Yeah, I'll put out one of the two, and then next turn,
Pick which one.
let's put out the big one here because it's the most threatening one at the moment.
Which cube are you taking away from it? Because it's a huge fire, so you can only put out 5 feet of it at a time. So this one over here? Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right then. Twig blight. Alira, you suddenly feel something attempting to attack you from the other side of a door, but it misses. It's basically like a cat pawing under the door.
Uh,
Kale.
Kale is noting that everyone is moving away, so he's kind of going to gingerly step into the room and just kind of look around. Basically just moving in so I can see what's going on.
He sees a lot of kindling, fire lipping up the sides of two of the fermentation vats, wine on the floor.
He just shakes his head and stays put.
Layla.
I'll just call out, Nana, let's get down to the others, all right? I'm going down this way, and I'm going to start heading back down the stairs.
Okay. You have your full movement from there.
Okay. Does it look like Alray's doing anything, or Alira's doing anything?
Well, she's standing over a dead body.
Are we just...
One that's completely without a head.
Okay, well, that wasn't there last time. I'll start making my way over. Would it be possible to start trying to pat out this fire?
Yeah,
That's
you can
right
use your
here.
action to set to get rid of that fire. There you go.
All right, cool. I mean, 15, 20. Yeah, I'm just gonna start moving closer, but that's my turn.
Okay. Purple twig blades. One comes smashing through that door up there. And charges. But the ravens end up killing it as soon as it gets too close. However, 5, 10. Another one slips underneath the swarm of ravens that are busy chewing on that one there and goes right for Nana.
That misses.
And this one will attempt to hurt those ravens. Actually, it's got an advantage, so Nope, still misses. Lyra.
Right now. Well, having felt something attack me, I'm going to actually step into the room and see if I can see it.
You see a twig blight.
Ah.
Yeah. You just take your mace around and smash it into the ground.
Okay.
Anything else?
Let's see. I took 5 footsteps, so I'm going to move around and see if I can find anything else. Yeah.
All right. Let me read the description of this area. Parked in the loading dock is a wagon with 3 barrels set in braces on the bed. A raised wooden walkway runs along the west, south, and east walls. Through a hole in the ceiling, you see the woodworked arm of a loading crane with ropes and hooks dangling from it. Nana, you're up. Nana?
Oh, sorry. I'm gonna draw my rapier, and I'm gonna attack the tree blight right in front of me. The
All
twig
right.
blight.
Well, it's a twig blight, not a tree blight.
Twig blight. Yeah, sorry.
There are such
Twig
things as
blight.
tree blights. You don't want to be facing one of those right now by yourself.
No. All right, the twig blight.
Smash.
And I move. Can I be under the ravens, or do I have to be
Sure.
behind
Well,
them?
the ravens are just kind of swarming over the body of one twig blight. You can move underneath them.
All
They
right.
can part a bit to let you pass.
And that's the end of my turn.
All right. Sarah.
Alrighty. Just gonna go into that room. Kind of sidestep the body. I'm gonna hold an action. Ready my arcane firearm. If any blights come into view, I'll shoot them with a
Okay.
firebolt. That'll be my turn.
It's fire time. Wave. You take 1 point of heat damage.
Okay. So is there still fire?
Well, right next to where you just were, since you took heat damage. Basically, all the vats are once again on fire.
I'll do one. Can one create water douse all the flames over here?
Sure.
Riz?
Done.
Okay. Can I
That
get
was
a
the
bit on?
spell.
Yeah. Can I get a bit of water on here as well with the 30 feet?
1 second.
Yeah. Okay.
Ah. Whoop. Ah. Sorry. I don't know how that happened. Yeah. You'll taken out that part of it. Leaving one large flame behind. Anything else you wish to do, with?
Nah, I can only do one of those turns, so that's it.
Kale, you're up.
Can I rush past this fire, or is it?
Yes, you can rush past it, keep against the wall. This is if you do an action within within the fire. It counts as being stopped there long enough to get hurt. So
I guess I'm gonna like move up to here and drag Squeak with me because I can't go through wave, and so that's pretty much all I can do if I don't see anything. He's just getting a little nervous, getting left behind. So and the fire doesn't want to get pinned in the corner by it.
Layla.
I'm gonna start moving into that room with Sarah and Lyra.
All right. Out into the loading bay. Standing on the corpse of the druid without a head.
Just gently step over that.
Roll dexterity saving throw.
You say wisdom?
Dexterity.
Dexterity.
Yeah, as you do, you step nimbly over the staff that has fallen next to it. Quite a tripping hazard if you're not careful.
I'm gonna let whoever comes next to worry about that. I'll hold longbow shots if anything comes to attack near my allies.
Let's see. Yes, a purple twig blight will attack Nana.
Misses.
Yeah. Lyra, your turn.
Right. Don't see anything here except for a way out. I'll make my way around my allies here. See if there's anything on this side. Let's see what that was. Yeah, it's about as far as I can.
Yeah, nothing of note really. Nana, what about you?
I attack the tree bright right in front of me. Well, twig bright, like, I don't know why I keep saying tree. That, well, I cannot speak right now.
It actually nimbly dodges out of the way of that. Anything else?
I don't think so. All my bonus actions are healing spells, and I don't have 2 weapons. I have a shield. Nope, we're good.
Sarah.
Okay. Not sure what else to do. I guess we can do some more exploring. I want to go down here and try and go up here.
Description first. This turret has a sloping wooden floor that spirals from the ceiling to the upper floors. Scratch marks suggest that barrels are rolled up and down the ramp on a routine basis.
Okay, I'll start making my way up. I guess I'll dash.
You made it up.
So I would make it right here, I believe. Not only my turn.
And you're hearing Nana much clearer now. Wave.
Basically, just gonna keep putting out the fires. I'm gonna move water from here over. Can I seal the top of the? There,
They're actually all sealed. This fire's on the outside of them.
Oh, I'll just pull water around it then. So I'll make like a big ass puddle so it should smother the fire because it can't burn anything.
Okay.
Should that put it out?
Yeah. And these fermentation vats are just completely destroyed at this point.
Everything's out?
Yep. And the
Okay.
fermentation vats are destroyed.
I'll start moving in the direction of the rest of the party then. It's fine. I can mend it.
Yeah, so darn druids starting fires like that, right?
Kill, your turn.
Kale just kind of trails along after and stops and kind of admires the handiwork of the headless druid.
Layla.
Yep, I'm gonna start following after Sarah.
Is that as far as you can? You can get there.
And
There you go.
yeah, I'll dash to catch up. Yep, and I'll just stick with her.
All right. Purple twig blade attacks Nana.
Okay. This is again.
Yep. Alira. Alira? Ah, you're heading that way. Okay.
As far as I can go right now.
Okay. Nana.
I attack the twig blight with.
Well, that one's dead.
Alright, and I move up. Well, I can't move anymore, can I?
Actually, with this, that's the last of the anything that's in combat that's currently threatening you.
Alright. So.
The ravens start to circle and settle down back again in the rafters.
Alright, and if I move up, it looks like I go into a hall. So I'm gonna go into looks like the loading dock with the rest of the party.
That's the top of the loading dock, and at this point, Alira would have gotten up there. You see the rest of your party.
Hello, dearies. Took you long enough.
There's lots of things down there to fight.
Yeah, and the top of the loading dock. This room has a wooden floor with a 10-foot square hole cut into the middle of it. And that's about it, because the druid that was there is currently dead on the ground on another floor.
All right.
Alright, well, did you think it was just the two druids? Or maybe some are hiding? I don't know.
I don't either. Probably better search.
Two druids would hardly make for a proper ambush, dearie.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you're right with that.
Better search and make sure there's no more in here. We searched in everywhere that we know of, I wonder.
Right.
Yeah, the dead body doesn't move at all, Kale.
Hmm.
The druid was wielding a staff, right?
Yep.
Does it look like a regular quarterstaff, or does it look
You're not on that floor
magical?
currently. You left to go upstairs. Only Kale and Wave are currently there to see it.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, if you want more information, you can roll Arcana.
Hmm.
I
Sure.
mean,
There are
does it look like something that isn't disgusting that Cal would want to pick up? See, I'm trying to decide.
It's black
I
and
I
twiggy,
don't want a metagame.
and it looks interesting. It could, at least I think it would probably look interesting to Kale. But
Right. The heck, I'll metagame and pick it up, and
yeah.
he'll roll an Arcana on it.
So I am going to send Kale the information on that stuff. And it is now in Kale's journal. If Kale wishes to share the information about it, Kale may. For some reason, this staff seems right at home with you, Kale.
Oh, this Just
So what?
trying to look up. Oh, there's a door here, right?
There's a door. Oh, yeah, there's a door right there. So
All right, I'll open that.
you two are in two different floors, so I'm trying to keep it all together. Yeah, Nana just kind of pushes through the group of you and goes around the corner.
Like, come on, Grace, don't
Hey,
even dawdle.
I have no idea where everybody even went.
You kind of hear voices echoing from the floor above.
I guess Kale would make an attempt to find them, since he's just standing down here looking at Wave.
What happened to you being the frail one? Aren't you supposed to be in the back?
Nonsense, dearie. I'll be quite fine. Besides, she
They
kind of
go up
points to
here.
her still glowing amulet, like, my goddess will protect me. It's still, my shield of faith is still active, right? It hasn't been 10 minutes yet.
Yeah, it's still be active.
Okay, well, in that case, go first. Go first.
So where's Kale going?
Really, no idea, because this. I don't think this goes up. Did they go up here?
Where? I can't see where you're.
I'm in the
I
still
can
The
by where
hallway.
the druid
I
died.
can see you, but you're not. I don't see you pinging anywhere.
I don't think they went this way, because I think that's a down, right?
No, that's an up.
Oh, is it up? Okay, then if that's where he hears the voices, he would go up.
Yeah, you hear their voices echoing from over this direction.
All right, fine. He's just gonna wander aimlessly until he figures out where you guys went.
Nana is opening a door.
Yep, this door.
This room contains a rectangular table surrounded by 8 chairs, an L-shaped cupboard, and a floor-to-ceiling closet pantry. Next to the pantry is a small iron stove.
I immediately go start looking around for edible food because obviously this is some sort of kitchen. Would that be investigation?
Sure. You open up the little door to the pantry, and you see various canned, not canned, jars of preserves, jams. You see some dry goods, rice, other grains. The bread unfortunately has gone a bit moldy. It looks like it's been sitting in there for a while with no one touching it. There are some other dried goods. I imagine there's some cured bacon in there, probably some sausage or something along those lines. And some standard staples, flour, sugar, eggs. It's unclear if the eggs are still good or not, though, but there are eggs.
I take everything I can carry. I like to cook. I'm a grandma. I cook for people. This is what I do. Well, one of the many things I do. Dear, please come help me pick up this stuff. It would be of such waste to let ingredients not be used.
I mean, this is not your kitchen, though.
Yeah.
Well, I doubt the druids will use it as we keep killing them.
Belongs to the old man down there, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, this is not the druid's home. They're invading this home.
How about we just light it on fire like we did everything else?
We didn't do that. That was the druids.
Yeah,
I
that
saw
was the
the druids
druids.
do it,
I
yep.
start winking.
Mhm.
Yeah, start winking behind my goggles.
Nana reluctant.
It was the druids.
Nana begins to unload her goods, and she kind of pauses and looks at it like, "Do you think he'd mind if we make one quick meal? Though he seemed awfully upset about the tea and biscuits.
Oh,
Home-cooked milk cheers anyone up."
I have a sneaking suspicion he would be even more upset if we used his kitchen. You know, in the middle of us trying to fix the situation, the fact that we almost burned this place down, you know, a few things.
the druids had almost burned it down.
Burned what down?
We didn't do anything. It was the druids.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wave, you're
If we sit around and have
currently
tea.
too far away to hear this conversation.
Oh yeah, I'll move closer. Sorry.
Is there enough stuff in this kitchen that Kale could piece together a rudimentary mess kit?
Yes, I'll allow that.
Would he know how to piece together a room?
I mean, he would know what a dish and a fork and a cup looked like. He had one that just got chased away from his camp by wolves and lost all his crap.
Chris, can you put me with the party because I'm kind of lost?
There's even a space for him.
Wave finally finds his way to you all, right as Nana is possibly putting food back into the pantry and Kale is swiping silverware and plates and cups.
Kale's just like stuffing forks in his pocket.
Yeah.
Kel just looks at you and he's like, well, if the druids lit the fire, they stole the silverware too.
Yeah, that is a good point.
I mean, guys, let's calm down. If we kill the druids, they'll want to know where the silverware went.
Well, we didn't necessarily get all of them. Like, someone could have escaped.
Taking all the silverware. He's just taking a...
Oh god, is Layla truly the only adult in this party?
Nana kind of taps her chin.
Apparently.
I was like, well, if we make a mess of the kitchen, maybe they won't find it until we've long gone.
That's so much worse, Nana.
It's
Yeah,
simply the truth.
I'm
Why,
gonna have
if
to side with
somebody
Layla
wants to
here. We
steal
can't
my
just steal
silver-
shit. We can't just take things. That's not how this works.
Are you receiving payment for this job? Nana looks at y'all.
I don't think we ever
Yeah, I
agreed
think it's
on
wine,
that.
isn't it?
I
No,
they ever
they did
yeah.
not say.
Well, then call it fair payment. We did rid the druids of his winery. Simply don't accept any gold or silver he offers.
Where did you say you worked before you became a priest? What did you do?
Oh, I traveled the land for many, many years.
Yeah, okay. I mean, Kale, you can use my mess kit. I don't understand.
I mean, I'm only took this job out of the interest of the tree monsters, really, but I mean, if you guys are gonna steal things, I might rat you out. Just saying.
Steal? I'm not stealing anything.
I
Neither
No,
am
I
I.
did
you know what?
watch. You
That's
know, I did watch you guys light the fire down there, right? What do you think they're going to care more about? Their destroyed livelihood or a few utensils?
I'm
I
sorry,
didn't light any fire.
you make a
Just,
fair point.
just for your
Uh,
information, it was a controlled fire.
Now, dearie, don't admit to that. It was the druid's fault. You mustn't admit to any wrongdoing, no matter how just it might seem. Nana pats Wave's arm.
back away from Nana. What has she done?
Well, perhaps it is time to move on out of the kitchen. Another way out?
You do
Oh,
see a
there's a
door down that
bedroom.
way.
There's a bedroom, though. I peek into the bedroom.
Oh,
Oh, and there's
guys,
that.
there's nothing in here. Let's head back out. No, let's go. There's no reason to be searching in here. Let's head out.
This room contains a four-poster bed. Its headboard carved in the likeness of a giant raven. A soft black rug covers the floor between the bed and the door. In the corners of the south wall stand two slender wardrobes with a tapestry of a church hanging on the wall between them. Beneath the tapestry sits a handsomely carved rocking cradle. To the north, under a window, is a plain desk and chair. Other furnishings include a wooden chest and a freestanding mirror in a wood frame.
Nana goes to the mirror and goes to double check, make sure everything's straight. You know, her blouse is right, her necktie is tied, her handkerchief is on.
Looks like just a very nice mirror. And you see yourself perfectly in it.
She turns to the party now, all straightened out, like, all right, I think we can go now.
Before I head out of the room, if I take a peek at the tapestry with the church on it, does it look like a familiar church?
Give me 1 second.
Sure.
Since the book itself does not specify which church it is, I'm going to say that yes, the church does look familiar. It looks like the one that was in Valaki.
Gotcha. Right, I'll take note, but I'm not going to say anything. I'll just head out.
All right, go into the hallway.
Are you opening that next door?
Another door here.
Another door here.
Both of those rooms have identical descriptions, and they are as follows. 2 pairs of bunk beds occupy this room. Against the west wall rests 4 identical footlockers.
Huh.
And you on the eastern of the two rooms, because there's a west room and an east room. In the eastern of the two rooms, you do see toys scattered about the floor.
Nana kind of hums to herself and then leaves.
There's another door here. Got a window.
That's
No,
a
I
window.
think.
There's a window. Because there was a window in the other room as well.
I do see a slightly open door over here.
And as you get to that open door,
Right, I step.
everyone pausing because the GM was starting to describe. I'm waiting for somebody to step in front of the door.
Alright, I'll step right in front of the door.
And that's when a new attack starts.
So that's not, you weren't waiting
Darling, I do, theories. I do believe it's an ambush.
But here's what you see here.
for this.
In this chamber are a desk, a chair, a tall wooden cabinet, and a strange contraption that takes up most of the northern end of the room. You also see about 4 creatures in here. One of them is very familiar, being a twig blight. Another one appears to be human, caked in dirt and mud, but it's hard to tell exactly for sure. Her hair is full of twigs, her face hidden behind a veil of moss. She happens to have been rooting. Looks like she was rooting in the cabinets, but as soon as she heard you in the hall, she was waiting and is now madly grinning. Behind her stand 2 creatures made entirely of dead vines. So, let's see. Druid. Kale is the oldest in the party and not an adult, yes.
Is Kel actually the oldest in the party?
Yes, he is.
Kale's the oldest. How old are you, Kale?
That's not something polite to ask people, you know.
It's also a good time to mention that both Drow and High Elves can live thousands of years. They're basically I kind of designed their lifespan after Tolkien elves, whereas Wood Elves have the normal lifespan, and Sea Elves for that matter. So Sarah goes first.
Okay.
And I think Sarah's the youngest of the party, being a human who's either 19 or 20.
Yeah.
She's the baby.
The baby.
I'm gonna get
Baby.
into view of these guys. I can't move diagonal, so that'll be like 20 movement. And then I'm gonna shoot a firebolt at this lovely fella. And I do get arcane firearm damage.
This one or the druid?
The one in front, the blight.
All right. Being plants. I think. Oh no, this one is not. This one has more green, so it has more water in it, which means that's not instantly deadly. Excuse me. So the bolt goes flying. Excuse me, right into the center mass of this creature, and you see a little bit of flame as some of the vines become consumed before it peers out.
Oh, I see. This one's a little bit more hardier than the other small twig ones. Note for later.
More fires in there.
Layla.
Sorry.
I'm gonna start making my way downtown.
Moving fast. I'm all the way
Song
at the
playing
bottom
in
of
my head
it.
now.
Face is good, good, good. All right, that's my full movement. I have a longbow. I'll try to make some shots at the one that's closest to me, the blight that's closest to me.
All right. I think that song, the last time I heard it was actually in. Ooh. God, I can't remember the name of the movie now. I've watched it a couple times though. That one's dead. That was the first hit. They killed it. Going after the next one with the second hit.
Yes, please.
Yeah, so that one just drops, and the second arrow that was rapidly fired goes into the center mass of the other one behind it.
Okay, cool. That's my turn.
Ah, Isn't It Romantic? There we go. That's the movie I was thinking of. Wave.
I am gonna. Why isn't my
Pick.
sheet working? My weave is in the way. My sheet
Unless
is
it
in the
was
way. I will move over here and then move in, right?
Right. Unless it was in the movie The Holiday.
Can I get over here?
Yes, you can.
I will then shock and grasp the witch.
The druid, you mean?
Same difference.
They are not the same thing. You're gonna piss off druids and witches both by saying that.
She isn't wearing metal armor, right?
No, she's not. She's a druid. They don't wear metal armor.
And that misses, I presume.
No, that hits.
Okay. Are we still within the first 10 minutes since we entered?
Yes.
Okay. So my question is still active.
Anything else you can do?
No, that's it. Holding my shield ready.
Alright. Druid. Why do I keep forgetting about friggin' Barkskin? She probably would have. Oh well. I always forget that. I was thinking of Shillelagh instead, but I think that's also. Wait, is that concentration?
This makes a stick
No.
stronger.
No, I was saying is I realized that she would.
It's a cantrip.
No. What I was saying is I suddenly realized that she would have cast Barkskin before this because she heard you guys coming, which means that last attack wouldn't have hit because she has Barkskin up. She's not stupid. She would have cast it. And so I keep forgetting about it because I look at the token and go, oh, there's an 11 there in the AC slot, and really it's a 16. So yeah, that actually missed. Okay, I have that fixed. So the druid, who would have also had time to put Trillelagh up before this attack, is going to attack you with her quarterstaff. Bonk. Thankfully, that was not an advantage. That was only a 12.
Okay, yeah, that misses.
Kale.
He sees absolutely no reason to move. I mean, it looks like a clusterfuck, so he's just gonna stand there and twiddle his thumbs because.
Flying blight uses constriction on wave. Miss. The twig blight runs over here and has advantage on wave. Miss. Nana.
All right. Hey, finally. All right. There's a blight. Is there a twig blight in my way?
Yep. And you're flanking with wave.
I kind of like, well, how rude, and I attack with my rapier. Did that go through? I don't think it did. So.
Yeah, that's definitely enough to kill a twig blight.
All right, and then I move in, and I have my shield out, so so that anyone attacks wave does it with disadvantage now.
Nice. Ollara.
move there.
You're currently squashed in with Nana.
I didn't see her.
Yeah, she's right there in the doorway.
Ah, yeah.
There's a space next to it, the doorway.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
There you go.
okay. So now anyone would also get disadvantage rolling against to attack her.
Mm-hmm. And that's a miss.
Bonus action, I will cast spiritual weapon on her. Probably a
Also
miss
a
too.
miss. Sarah.
It's very crowded in there.
Yes, it is.
Could I still shoot this boy without having to hit them? Hit the people in between?
Shoot who?
Or will I get disadvantage? Wave and I'm gonna shoot
blight?
this blight up here. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, shooting from that distance. Oh, yeah, definitely hit that. And it's enough to kill the blight.
These rolls, holy shit.
Yeah. Anything else you wish to do?
That's it.
Layla.
If I activate my flame cannon, hurt everyone else.
I can't see what's happening, so I'm going to start moving to that room. Right on top of Vanna. Okay.
Yeah, you'd have to keep moving at this point.
All right. Can I get there?
Yes.
Okay. I have short swords. I'd like to pull those out and start making some attacks.
Bounces off the bark skin, but that one hits. You pierce
Okay.
into her
And
flesh.
I will bonus action offhand.
Wait, you have 2 attacks and a bonus attack?
Yeah, but it's only a d6 of damage if it hits.
Okay. No, I didn't realize you had 2 attacks at this level, and it could bonus attack with with an offhand.
Yeah, we're at 5th level. Right?
Yeah, for some reason I thought it was 6th level. Alright. Wave.
I'm gonna try and shock and grasp her again.
Okay.
I presume that hits.
And that's enough to fry her. She is dead. And I believe that's the end. Yep. The end of all that.
Noticing how injured Wave is, Nana's gonna kind of lick her thumb and cast Healing Hand. You know how somebody licked your thumb and you wipe dirt off their nose? She's gonna do that to him, and it's gonna cast Healing Cure Wounds at the 2nd level. Like, here, you got something right there, dearie.
Well, it's a good thing he's a water boy.
Doesn't that mean his skin is moist or something?
Yes.
He's always moist.
Flashes in his sleep.
Alright, so that heals you for 19.
Alright, well. Let's go and head off to find more of the druids, I guess. I hope that was the last one, though.
None of them seem really
Make my
strong
way
to be the
upstairs.
big guy in charge.
Let's go up or down.
There.
That goes down.
Ah, okay.
Um,
Have we explored this area?
Yep. I was picking you guys up, and one of you moved.
Ah, sorry.
Yeah, it leads back into the fermentation vents. It still smells heavily of smoke. You can see that the 2 vats here have been completely destroyed, along with all the barrels that were over here.
Ah, okay. I guess we'll explore this room now that it's not on fire.
3 of us stuck up here. I think Layla's keeping an eye on me so I don't steal anything else.
So have the others gone downstairs then?
And there is
Is there
by
a
the way,
there's a door here that we didn't open?
and there is also a set of
Yeah.
stairs that go down right here.
Here.
Where's the
Yeah, there's a
Right
couple
here.
doors here we
that
didn't
door?
open.
That door leads into the fermentation room,
Does it?
the upper level. Yeah.
Okay.
So, Sarah, for the room that you are now looking into,
Mhm.
a dirty window in the south wall allows dim light to enter this room. Wine bottles are manufactured here, as evidenced by the tools laying about. A wooden rack full of freshly blown glass bottles along the south wall, the hearth built into the northwest corner, and a barrel of sand standing next to it. A staircase descends underground, and between it and the rack of bottles stands a barred door. The stairs. Yeah, there we go. So there's also a set of stairs going down right there, too.
Okay.
Layla, how many arrows did you shoot?
3.
Roll a 1d4, please. You find 2 of your arrows.
Okay, thank you.
So what's everyone doing?
Well, I'm going to go down these stairs here.
All
That
right.
way too.
Hmm.
Oh, wow.
Down a little more.
Oh, I leave Squeak. There you are, Squeak. Get over here.
All right. So they went up the stairs.
Hmm?
Y'all are up the stairs then?
No,
No.
we're
Going down
downstairs.
the basement, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
Down to the basement they go. Are you joining them, Lana, or are you wandering around?
Hang on. Yeah, I'm with them.
And who is
Sorry.
missing? Is somebody stacked on top? Oh, there's Cal. Never mind, I found him.
Yay.
Blends in with the barrels.
I'm a barrel.
Do a barrel roll.
Yeah.
All right.
See nothing. Where did I
I'll-
go?
You're down
I'll
here.
Oh,
open
there
this
they are.
door.
Okay.
All right. So, as you open this door, wooden pillars and beams support the 10-foot high ceiling of ice cold cellar, which split in two by a 5-foot brick wall. A thin mist covers the floor. Each half of the cellar features an 8-foot tall wooden partition that doubles as a wine rack. The western rack stands empty, but the eastern one is half full of bottles. Something moves behind the eastern rack. Through the holes, you glimpse a half-dozen humanoid figures, one with a full rack of antlers. You hear a gravelly voice muttering the words of a spell.
Can I
Hmm.
cast guiding bolt on him to interrupt him?
You are not close enough to see Nana. Sarah's the only one that's seeing
Oh.
this. And the
Okay.
spell that's cast is Thunder Wave, which explodes
Oh,
outward from the
no.
druid, shattering the bottles of wine.
Okay.
Do I get affected?
No, you're not. You're not close enough.
Cool spell, pal. Oh,
Here we go again.
Mm-hmm. Yep, lots of fighting in the winery.
Yes.
Let's see, no vine blitz this time.
Yay,
Care
I
enough
get
to have
another
a good
one.
initiative roll ever.
nice spell. Initiative.
All right. Last battle of the night, guys.
Hmm?
Alira, you're up first.
See the druid. Can't see anybody to attack.
The druid hide. You can sort of make out the druid that's behind there. They're behind
Oh,
your wine rack.
I see. All right. Oh, there they are.
And suddenly you
Oh,
see more than just the druid. You see needle blights that are looking up at you.
yay! That's what I wanted to see here. Um, I will target the nearest needle blight. Actually, I can target all of them. Oh no, the only nearest two.
All right.
So neither one of them take damage.
What?
That's a cantrip, so they don't take damage. Or what?
No, they both failed.
Yeah, you're right. In bonus action, I will attack the druid with spiritual weapon.
All right. So you summoned your spiritual weapon. Oh, that's right. Your spiritual weapon had been hovering next to you this entire time.
Yeah. The end of turn.
All right, Layla, you're next.
Right, I'm gonna start making my way over there. That's 30. Uh, can I see
There's a
this
needle
guy
blight
back?
almost directly in front of you now.
Oh, there's one in front of me?
Mm-hmm. It's within
A word.
swiping
Okay,
distance.
I would love to swipe at it.
All right, and that's enough to kill it. The amount of HP it had left.
I don't think I have movement to get around Ollara, so that'll be my turn. I'll back up 5 feet, I suppose.
Wave.
I'm gonna move in. So let me just. I'm gonna move around here, and I'm gonna end up here, and then I'm gonna. Let's acid splash the druid and the thing standing next to it.
There are two different things standing next to it. Which one are you aiming for?
The one on the left.
Okay.
So deck save or no damage.
Okay. But takes no damage. Druid, on the other hand, takes 10. Wow. The druid's screaming in pain and is glaring over at you. Anything else, Wave?
That's all I can do.
Alright. Alright. That needle blight that you just tried to hurt is launching needles at you. I believe that hits.
My AC is 20, so yes.
So you take 11 points of damage as a bunch of needles just embed itself into your body. The next needle blight, the one directly in front of you, reaches out to rake you with its claws. Missing. Let's see. Druid. Druid steps. Actually, yeah, the druid steps over here to do more damage to objects as it casts another thunder wave. And this time it is at level 2. So, Constitution saving throw, please, Wave.
Sure.
Alright, so you take 5 points of damage. The needle blights seem oddly unaffected by it, but the casks start shaking and start popping things, and the glass and the bottles over here, just more of them are damaged and destroyed. Sarah.
All right. It's just wrecking shit, I guess. Don't know what the best move here is. I think. Okay, I'm gonna. Can I move past Alra and then go here, right?
Yeah, unless Ollaras has a reason not to let you pass.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm gonna do that, and then I'm going to do a 15-foot cone. So I should get these 3 guys. Bonus action, activate my Eldritch Cannon that I've been
Which
holding
3 guys?
to flamethrower.
The. Okay.
No, not more fire.
DC 16.
That's exactly average.
So does the third one
It's
take
save
damage?
for half.
Okay. That one directly in front of you does. And these 2 are lightly injured. Kale.
Right. And then as my
Oh, go ahead.
oh, I still have an action.
I'm sorry.
Um,
I didn't realize that.
it's okay.
Even though I heard you say it, it's like it didn't occur to me that something that powerful was a bonus action.
Yeah. The Eldritch Cannon is really cool. It only lasts an hour though. Okay. I'm going to also cast Scorching Ray,
All right.
and I'm going to throw them 1 each at the remaining blights.
Okay. All right. So that hits. That one misses, and the third hits.
All right.
All
You
right, finally.
You
Oh,
skipped
sorry,
me.
Kale. Sorry.
Not that I'm going to do anything, but you skipped me.
It's Kale's turn.
Kale kind
Oh,
of
I'm so.
wanders into the doorway, I guess.
And probably wouldn't see any enemy at this point. Just see
No,
lots
he
of
just
no,
sees
there's lots
he
of
just sees the
broken wine
travesty
bottles
of broken wine bottles.
and wine just dripping out onto the floor.
Yeah, I imagine that he's just gonna stop and use prestidigitation to clean some soot off of his cloak because he doesn't see anything and it sounds bad in there, so he's being him.
Nana.
All right, so
Well, to be fair, you
I
carried
go
the
in.
team last time.
So what's 30 feet? Me getting in here?
Let's see here.
Let's see, 5, 10. Hang on. I was right here. So 1,
See.
5, 10, 15, 20. 20 in here, which means I got 2 more
5,
squares of
10,
movement.
sorry. Yeah, sorry.
All right. You know what? I'm gonna go. I can't go
You got 10
diagonal.
more.
Like, yeah.
I don't see why not.
I'm gonna go
Should be able to
right
step diagonally.
here. Here, so that way those two can any creature attacking those get disadvantage. With I think if they're in 5 feet of them, or let me just look at this. Okay, when a creature you can see attacks a target, so I can't see it, so I can't impose disadvantage. But that's the end of my turn. I can't move anymore. I don't see anyone. Not really. I heard the thunder wave, but
There.
Who are you going after?
All three of them.
Okay.
Uh, so I'll see
And all
if them
3 of them
succeed.
succeed.
That's
Yeah.
attack the druid with a spiritual weapon.
Okay. And the druid goes down, bludgeoned to death by a skull.
End of turn.
Alright. Layla.
Great. I'll move in. All right, that's 20. I'm going to take a short sword swipe at this one in front of me.
Okay. That one's dead, and I take it you move one and try to go for the next one.
Yes, please.
That's with advantage because you're flanking. You get one more roll 20. You get this roll a 1d20 plus 8. Roll a 1d20 plus 8 for your advantage because it would be same damage. Yeah, and that blight dies too. Thus cleaning out the basement. The druid lies dead, bludgeoned to death with a skull. Many of the wine bottles are broken. The casks, some of them are shattered. Done a
I'm gonna
number of
cast
things.
Cure Wounds on myself.
did you remember the 19 healing from earlier?
Oh wait, yeah. Sorry. 19, right?
Yeah. From after the last fight with the last druid, not this one.
Kale is going to be Kale and have Squeak help him look for bottles that aren't broken.
Alright, roll investigation.
So hold on, where is my character sheet go? I had it popped up. There it is. Investigation. I'm investigating with Squeak's help, so I get advantage.
You do.
19.
You happen to find a total of 17 intact bottles and that's it.
How many fit in Kale's bag while the party's busy not looking? He's gonna put 3 in his bag while everybody's on the other side of the thing.
And with that, with Kale rummaging through things and Wave being healed back up and all the rest of that stuff, that is where we're going to end for this week.
All right.
Okay.
You guys survived.
Yay.
Yay! I still have I still have my shield up.
I'm gonna